tribes will compete in a series of challenges. They'll receive messages notifying them of these competitions at their tree mail. Today's challenge is for both reward in the form of 50 waterproof matches and immunity. Win immunity, you stay on the island a few days longer. Lose, face tribal council, where you must vote one member off the island.
And he still looks so good. Jeff Probst has been the host of Survivor for nearly 700 episodes, going all the way back to year 2000. Survivor is now about to, listen to this, celebrate its 48th season. How's that possible?
Gayle,
the
I
2
have
hour.
not seen that
picture.
You were looking at it
in
in
24 years.
You were ageless.
And when you look at it,
my
you think
friend.
what, Jeff? When you look at it, you think what?
I'm so glad you asked that. I remember how excited I was. I kind of remember doing that exact shot because I knew I was part of something different. We didn't know it was going to be a hit, but we knew it was unique. And walking through saying tree mail and going, what is tree mail? Who talks like this?
Jeff, it's still working because the 2 hour season premiere airs right here on CBS tomorrow night. Survivor host, executive producer, you know, is Jeff Probst. But this is the thing. Look at Scott there on Steadicam. He's watched you since he was 10.
10 years old.
Scott,
with his family.
With his family. They used to sit on the couch and watch you.
Scott is why we're still on the air.
Yes.
Because Survivor
It's all you, Scott. That's why it's all
But Gayle, they don't leave. And what
Yes.
that means is they give you the permission to try new things. They'll tell you if they don't like it, but they don't abandon you. So you can actually try to evolve the show knowing we're all in it together.
But Jeff, this is what strikes me. You seem to be still having just as much fun as everybody else is doing the show. And you think the show is different. Why? Because there's a lot of reality type shows.
Well, I mean, there's a couple of reasons. One, it is truly unscripted. There is not a single hint or suggestion of anything. And two, Survivor's unlike any other show because you are actually living in the jungle. The cameras don't go off and I give you a toothbrush or a burger. You're living it, so you're having to rely on each other. Like in our premiere, there's these two people that come together, Eva, who has autism, and Joe, who's a single dad firefighter. They're forced to rely on each other, but at some point they have to turn on each other. So it's a complicated adventure.
It's a study of human behavior too, isn't it?
That's all. That's exactly what it is. And that's why I like it.
That's a good point, Gayle, because Jeff, how much of you've got 18 new contestants this season, and everybody's always interested in the group. But I think back to Richard Hatch. And how America woke up to the way that people might manipulate and scheme to try to win something. How much of what the contestants bring to the show is part of the success?
Well, you bring up Richard Hatch, and we just saw a clip from season 1. 20 minutes into day 1 of season 1, Richard and his tribe go on this beach, and Richard goes up in a tree in a power position above everyone else, and he looks down and he says, hey, I think we should talk before we work. And Sue Hawk, a truck driver from Wisconsin, walks underneath him and says, where I'm from, we work while we talk. That was the show. A collision of personalities and value systems forced to work it out.
Plus he was walking around naked.
That was also an issue.
There's some good-looking contestants. That does help, and people who slim down out there in the wild. But I want to know about the look that you bring to the table here, the safari shirt. Is that the term for it?
I guess so, yeah.
Did you just pick that one? Did someone suggest it to you? It's become quite iconic.
Well, like looking at that first clip, we bought those in Malaysia. I didn't have any clothes. I wasn't sure what I was supposed to wear. So Mark said, well, just go get something that looks like an adventure outfit. And the shirts were gigantic. And over the years, I did struggle for a while going, really, do I have to wear a uniform? Really?
But Jeff, you really wanted this job back in the day, right?
I did want the job, Gayle, so much so that I had a meeting with Mark and I didn't hear back from him. So I made a message in a bottle, like it had been washed up on a shore years from now. And I went out on a limb and I predicted, it was written by Brian Gumbel and Dan Rather, all CBS people, saying, this show changed the face of television forever. It hadn't even been shot.
Wow.
I was just pitching to say, see me. Yeah, pick me. Exactly.
So you gave then the bosses the messages in the bottle?
Yeah, it was a washed up, weathered art project.
Okay.
And when you pulled the stories out, they had been written years ago in the year 2000.
It was like your version of a vision board.
I could have gone either way.
You're right.
Jeff.
It was a vision
board. Were you going to say something more about his clothes, Tony?
You look like you could carry something in the front pocket. Is there something?
Just my heart.
Just your heart. I got a big heart.
So season 50, got big ideas. It's coming up in a couple of years.
Yeah, 50 is, we're doing a theme called In the Hands of the Fans, where we are literally turning over the creative of the show to the fans. So we won't be in charge. They will. And it's a terrifying idea, but exciting.
Wow.
And so we all
Some
agreed
people
Nate would
say
win.
Jeff is his secret sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
My mom.
Yeah.
Well, that art project used to say, the likable but unknown Jeff Probst. Unknown no longer. You
Yeah.
are well known, my friend.
Bravo.
Congratulations.
Thanks for having me on.
Appreciate it. The 48th season of Survivor premieres tomorrow night at 8, 7
Look at that
Central
picture.
with a 2-hour episode followed by 90-minute episodes all season long. You can watch it right here on CBS. We are proud of that.